Hey everyone, good morning. It's Mindy from the OG Sports Network here with another Hot Capper update with Dave. But before we get started, let's go ahead and make sure we get over to the website. Here we go. We're at ogcappers.com. Oops, I brought Dave in early. Sorry, Dave. You're going to have to suffer, through this. But at OG Cappers, we've accumulated the best of the best sports predictors like Dave around. These folks do all of the hard work for you, so you don't have to. Each of these cappers have their own unique styles. They're successful, and so we wanted to bring them here for you to put you on more winners. Dave does EPA modeling, and as you can see, his strategy there with EPA Sports, he has accumulated the best record this season with the NBA totals. So you can always make sure you pick up one of Dave's pick packages for all of your NBA totals and other things. So Dave, how are you?
Doing good. I was considering not coming on this morning because I looked back at our show that we did yesterday, and I don't think we'll ever have a better preview breakdown of 7 games like ever.
Yeah, kind of like one of those, like, I don't know, maybe like a close to a 14-0 day with.
It was what did we call? We called the EPA model called the Michigan upset of Wisconsin.
Yes.
It called the Providence
chart with Creighton and Nebraska losing, and they did.
Yeah,
in great fashion, I must add.
Oh no, Creighton got upset and Nebraska got blown out like we said. We said Alabama was going to get their ass kicked on the road, and they got their ass kicked. And I think the biggest one, and I didn't even believe it myself when the model picked out Detroit Pistons on the road beating the Kings. And they did. And I'm like, why? It's like a mic drop show. Why even do anything else? But
because sports never ends. That's why we.
And I enjoy doing this for better due diligence, right? I mean, that's what we do in the show is for people to make their own consensus. I'm a do-it-yourself guy. That's why I post all of the game projections on my site every day. So it's about due diligence, and I think you got your Ken Palm top 5 to hit.
I do. Of course.
All right.
That's what we're doing. The thrill factor.
There's not a lot going. I was looking at the slate, and I'm like, there's not a lot of hot games going on today. But so what's number 5?
All right. So number 5, this is coming in at a thrill score of 52.9%. It would be Samford versus UNC Greensboro, the must not miss game.
Who? How is that a 52.5? That sounds more like a 0.52. There's,
I might have to go back and look how they come up.
Did you say Samford or Stanford?
That would be a Sam.
No, I was just wasting some time so I could actually pull that game up here. Fascinating game on paper, really is. Samford defensively on the road, 17th scoring efficiency defense in college basketball out of 351 teams, so they are really good defensively on the road. Greensboro, really good offensively at home, 86 in the country, home offensive scoring efficiency. Now, Samford on offense, 222nd. Greensboro on defense, 147th. So this is a really, really good matchup. I would say Greensboro is a more balanced team, but Samford is going to have the best unit on the floor, which is the defense. Now, the current line I have is 152 on the total, and Greensboro -1.5. I'm hoping that's kind of where it is right now. The projection I have is I have Greensboro 78.1 to 69.5. So that's a 8.6 spread in my calculation. So I lean Greensboro to win and cover at home. And I like that because, well, college basketball is extremely road home sensitive, more than anything else. And folks, I know you've heard me say that a lot, but I want to repeat it. It is a big deal. I see a lot of people predicting games, and they're looking at recency of stats or stats as a whole package. They'll go, oh, well, Alabama's shooting 47% from 3. Yeah, not on the road. Alabama's defending the rim at blah, 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 blah. They suck on the road. So you really have to, in my opinion, look at these home and road numbers. So I do lean Greensboro to win and cover at home. But what I do like is I do like the under in this. It's at 152. I know my model is close. I'm at 147.6 combined, but we have the 17th defense versus the 88th offense. We have the 147th defense versus the 224th offense. We have two defenses that are better than their opposing offenses. The model is 3% under. My favorite pick on this game, under 152.
Awesome. Awesome. Then we can move up to the 53 percenter, the number 4 thrill factor. The number 4 fourth thrilling game of the day would be Florida Atlantic and UAB. What do you got on this one?
Oh, dude, I have UAB sucking at home on defense. That's what I have. Right? They're 314th. They're 171st in offense. But if Florida Atlantic's coming, dude, Florida Atlantic, I might have to turn this on to watch the offense. They're number 6 in the country in road offensive scoring efficiency. They're 90th in road defense. The spread is 4.5. Now, here is where I actually don't like my model at all. The model has UAB losing by 1. This is only a 4.5 point spread, and FAU has them dominated on both sides of the ball. So I don't like that. I don't, this is one, I know it sounds funny, but personally, if I had to bet it, which I won't, because the numbers aren't matching up for me, I'll take Florida Atlantic minus 4.5. I'll leave the points. They are really, really outgunning these guys. And then from a total standpoint, it's at 156. I'm at 158.1. I'm straddling that thing. And then there's no dominance on offense to really warrant that pick. So this one, I'm off everything on it, even though the numbers, just at a glance, without looking at the calculations, I like Florida Atlantic to win this ball game. But the model makes it close, so that kind of puts me off everything on this one.
Gotcha. So next up is going to be with your alma mater, the Oregon Ducks, at home today, hosting Washington, the Huskies, your other favorite team, Dave.
Oh, I kind of cheated the model on betting this one already. Oh my God.
Did you?
I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Well, you got the 91 offense on the road in Washington. You got the 84th offense at home in Oregon. Okay. Scoring efficiency defense, 235 and 230. So this is offense written all over. Without even looking at the calculations, I want to bet over on it. Right. Sure. And so I'm just looking for something that's close. So I pulled up my app. The betting line was 155. My calculation is 154.97.
No way.
So of course, I bet over. There is no variance at all. I'm literally straddling the line, but I took the over on that just because of the strength of the offenses versus the weakness of the defenses. As for the spread, I mean, I've modeled this almost exact. I have Oregon by 6.43. Currently, Oregon is favored by 7. There's nothing there for anybody. The only thing that I would say, folks, that if you're doing your own due diligence, if you're leaning Ducks Washington over, I would take that. That's the only thing I really like here. Everything else just doesn't match up very well.
You'll just be rooting for the home team, right?
Of course. Huck the Huskies.
Right. All right. And then you're going back to, it's kind of divine intervention. You're in Oregon, and now we're talking about where I'm at, Iowa, at Penn State, though.
Oh, and Iowa's getting a point. I can't call this an upset alert. That's really not fair, right? I mean, a 1-point game, that's basically a pick 'em. Iowa on the road, 86th on offense. Penn State, 112th on defense. Nice balance. Iowa on the road, 190th in offense or on defense. Penn State, 200th in offense. This screams overtime. And these two teams, if they play their average game, it is going to be very, very close. But in my calculations, I do have Penn State 78-72 over Iowa. So that's 6 points, and they're catching 1. So I like Penn State +1 in this. And my total calculation on this is 149.7. The total right now on the board is 162. That is a really, really big variance. So of everything on here, I like the under 162 in this game.
Yes, agree with that. My modeling shows That I like it. I like it. I like the under a lot in this one. And then the number one game of the day coming in at 77.2% thrill factor for the folks out there watching will be Arizona and Utah, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Pac-12 network.
Can we do 4 in a row?
I hope we can do 4
Can
in
we
a
do
row.
4 in a row?
I hope
I
so.
mean, the upset alert on this show has been absolutely dangerous,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
We
We've
got
called it the last 4
hell.
days
There
in a
was
row.
3 yesterday. Before that, folks, we had Minnesota over Michigan State, nailed that, and I can't even remember the first one when we did our first show. So,
yeah,
Arizona's favored by 5.5. I got Utah upset alert at home, so I'll take Utah plus 5.5. Utah 21st. This game is a great matchup though. 21st on defense for Utah, 31st on offense for Arizona, 129th on offense for Utah, 207th on defense for Arizona. This is a really, really tight game. Now, as for the total, currently sitting at 160. My model is at 158.9. So I am stomping
close.
all over that. So I lean under. I like that. But I do like Utah catching plus 5.5. And we're going to give it the upset alert stamp for the day.
Stamp of approval. Awesome. Okay, so you've given us a couple teasers, even though the NBA is your bread and butter, basically.
Yeah.
And so you like to always kind of keep those for your subscribers, but sometimes I can twist your arm and I can get you out here to give us a couple previews.
Well, I promised you one NBA game of your choice, and you brought up that on my modeling on the hot sheet, you and I were very, very different on one game. So we'll get to that. But what's your pick of the day that you want to go over?
I want to go ahead and look at the Spurs over the Orlando Magic. That's what I was looking at here
Spurs
today.
catching 11 on the road. Right. Okay, right. So the last 3 games on the road for the Spurs, last 3 games at home for Orlando, I'm modeling this thing 114, 116.5. So I got Orlando by 3.5, but that's nowhere near plus 11. So I'll take San Antonio plus 11. Now, if you look at their last 4 games played, not home or road, just last 4 games, Spurs 116, Orlando 116. Very, very even. So I have a nice, from a side standpoint, okay, I lean the Spurs in this ball game. But if you listen to those numbers I just threw out, one total is 230.5. The other one is 232.5. Our current line is 223. I like the over in this ball game tonight.
Awesome. Yeah. So here's the one we were kind of talking about when I, thankfully you send over the
So we're betting we're gonna bet something on this one. This is your model versus my model because we do not agree at all.
No, and it's not even close, right?
No, so, and I got a feeling I'm gonna be on the wrong side of this because you're betting the better team in Denver over the Lakers, but the Lakers are at home catching 3.5, and based on the last 3 games on the road, last 3 games at home, I got the Lakers 120.3, Denver 111.6. So I got the Lakers by 8, and you're basically the dead opposite. You got Denver by what?
I would have to go back to my modeling here real quick. I didn't write it down, I don't think. Here, I'll go look.
Well, and just to throw in there while you're looking that up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had this coming out at a 111 game, basically. But with where we sit on my modeling, with the odds, with the variance, it's a 60.7% play for me to be on the Nuggets.
Nice, right? And I say you're wrong.
I know.
You're wrong. I will take your bet. I will take your bet. No, and then if you look at the 4-game moving average, I got Denver 104, Lakers 114. I got the Lakers winning both of them. And now maybe what it is, now I don't take into account strength of the team. So Denver may have been playing 3 or 4 really good teams on the road or over the last 4 games, and the Lakers have been playing some really crappy ones. Okay, but I like the Lakers at home plus 3.5. The total, I'm split on it because one model I'm at 219, the other model I'm at 231. So I do lean the last 3 road, last 3 home, which is over. So my pick on this one, I'll go over 229, Lakers plus 3.5. You are going Denver minus 3.5, under 229. Yeah,
Right.
there's a saw
It's
block
amazing.
on
So mine is like a hybrid model of a season versus home and road, right? And
right, right.
yours
No,
is
so
home
here's
and
the bet.
road
Here's
and
the
last
bet.
four.
Here's the bet.
Oh God.
Tomorrow, when we do this show, if I have time, when we do this show, I told you so. This is an I told you so
We're
bet.
just gonna do an I told you so. All
Yep,
right, I can
that's
handle
what
it.
it's going to be. I told you so. And the other person has to, yes, you were correct.
All right. So probably what's gonna happen, we'll split, right? We'll catch a
No,
side and you'll catch a
no, no,
total.
no, no,
No?
no, no. Lakers are going to kick the piss out of Denver. 150-99 over, easy cover by halftime.
All right. All right. Now I'm
Yeah,
like super stressed out. I'm like pitting out now. Like, I'm already worried about this.
TMI.
Well, thanks, Dave. We appreciate your time. Again, that's all we got for you for today. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to the OG Sports Network. Click on the bell to get the latest notifications because you never want to miss out any of this enlightened info that you receive every day from the OGs. But everyone, take care. We will see you tomorrow. Let's go Nuggets. I'm going to say it before